Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Godfather Minute with me, Alex Robinson.
And I'm Andy Robinson.
And we're talking about minute 28 of Godfather Part II. It is Godfather Part II minute. Should we start over?
No, let's keep going.
Okay.
Because we got to get to that paywall real fast. Alex, repeat after me. Minuto. Numero. 28.
Whoa, I was not. Yeah. Did not see that coming.
28. Yeah, with a V.
28.
As in Victor getting picked up for petty theft.
28.
You got it.
Minuto numero 28.
Whenever, now you sound like Count Dracula.
Count Chocula.
Whenever you get to a minute that has an 8 in the end, Otto, you always sound like you're a bounty hunter.
Otto, Tiago.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You sound a lot like Bosk these days.
You're not the Bosk of me. In minute number 28, Mikey insists that Connie not marry this man. And that if she goes through with it, he will be disappointed.
That's right. You know what that means, Alex.
What?
I just made the hand gesture for Alex.
We answered. No, wait. What does it mean?
We'll get into it in a minute. Go on, keep going.
Night falls on the Corleone compound, and the band plays on.
They're stuck in a Paco's the Weasel loop.
They keep getting requests for it now.
Frankie's just like rolling around in terror in the front.
Not many people. That's how they got their signature tune. Was Pop Goes the Weasel, and it came from this one party. That band would always. Do you think you have a signature? Let's get to know the real Andy Robinson. Do you have a signature tune?
Whoa, that I play?
Yeah, that people are like, oh, I bet he's going to play this.
Yeah. When I turn it on, it's on.
What is it?
That's an original song of mine.
Oh, okay.
Whenever we play live, the people are waiting for it.
Really? Wow.
You know what? I'm re-recording it right now. It's going to be on Spotify soon under my band name, The Underdog Night Soldiers. And Alex, I don't mean to brag.
Yeah.
But it is the greatest rock song.
Whoa. Wow.
I said it, and it's recorded. I'm putting it out there.
Well, it makes sense that would become your signature tune. I mean, if I invented the greatest rock song, I'm sure that would be my signature tune, too. So, good job.
I like how it's even invented the greatest rock song.
Why would you say it? Composed?
Yeah, wrote? Yeah. Wrote, songwriting. But it is the greatest song, Alex. The greatest rock song.
Don't you think you're kind of hyping it up a bit?
No. Wow. No. Okay. And warning, the lyrics are not for children.
Whoa, not safe. Are they safe for work though? That's what I want to know. Are they NSFW?
What's that? What's the abbreviation?
You never heard NSFW?
Not safe for work. NSFW. Not safe for work. So what if it is safe for work?
Then it would be SFW.
Do people put that SFW?
I've never seen it. I think it's assumed to be. I think it's assumed to be SFW unless it is NSFW. So if there's no label on it, I would just assume that it is safe.
What if I put MSFW? Maybe or might be safe for work.
Depends where you work, I guess. I mean, if you work in like an adult video store, then probably you can probably get away with it. Although I guess that would include like racist stuff and everything. So I guess anything doesn't necessarily. Anyway,
what about PF
Changs?
What about PBPAW?
Oh my, PBPAW?
Yeah.
Paw?
Yeah, PBPAW.
PBP. PB. I give up. What is that? What is it?
It's preview before playing at work.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Which is like might be suitable for work.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Check your local listing. Ask your boss. Submit this to your boss or your HR.
HR.
S2HR 2C.
We got to add an A in there.
NSFW.
What is this, basic computer language?
10. Check if safe.
If 10 safe, go to 20.
If 30. If 10 safe, go.
Oh, and then
to-
don't forget the last one is 60. Run.
Run.
Go on, Alex. Go
what?
on. Back to the minute. Come on.
I am so.
We're gonna hit this paywall any second. We haven't even talked about the minute.
So there's a shift in this minute.
Oh, you're telling me shift happens.
Because from this point on, Mikey talks about Merle as if Merle was not in the room,
That's right.
which I think is
It's
so
great.
funny. Well, because
Wait, is he still there?
Merle is still there, because at one point Connie reaches over and they're
that's
awkwardly
right.
holding
I even
hands.
forgot he was there.
I don't know who this Merle is. I've literally forgotten he exists. What were we talking about?
Mikey, I'm right here, and you haven't gotten me my drink or something yet.
So he starts off by saying, why don't you tell him marriage is out of the question? Well, what I really love about the Mikey ignoring Merle thing is that originally Merle wasn't supposed to be there.
No.
He said, "Oh, I'm going to stay because it involves me too."
Yeah.
So it's possible Mikey had this all in mind. It was just like, well, I'm going to say whether he's here or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a funny. I love that talking about him as if he wasn't there angle on Merle. It definitely adds the insult to injury, I guess.
Has anyone ever talked about you in front of you with another person?
Boy,
That's hard.
I mean, I'm sure parents do it, but
Yeah.
I can't think of other situations that I've been in where someone has said.
When I was a vice principal in school, we do that all the time.
Because you're talking with parents and their kids,
Talking to parents about their children.
or do you talk to the kids as if the parents aren't there?
Oh, yeah, I do that. I do that all the
Don't
time.
make me call your parents.
Yeah.
You know what abusive jerks they can be.
Well, in that quote, Alex, so Mikey says, tell him marriage is out of the question
Yes.
and you don't want to see him anymore. I really like that second part of it, too.
What is it about that part that grabs you?
Well, it's not even like, hey, the ink on your divorce is not dry, so take some time. He's not saying that.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't get married, but you can't even see him anymore.
Right.
And did he say that as a result of Mikey not knowing him, not how he supports himself, what he does?
Well,
Why does he say, what's the deal with that second part?
Well, I guess like you said, maybe part of it is that the fact that Merle was willing to marry Connie, even though like the proper mourning period or whatever, the divorce had not gone by, like
The proper ink
there's
drying.
nothing Merle can do at this point. Like he's already ruined, but he ruined the intro by being clearly a gold digger. So like, there's
Yes.
nothing. So he's not going to say, well, take some time, just get to know each other, see if you're compatible. He's just going to be like, no, he already blew the. You get nothing.
Yeah.
You stole. You tried to take Connie's money. You kissed Mama on the cheek,
Now it must be sanitized.
etc., etc. I don't know how you earn your money. I don't know what you do. So yeah, it's like he's totally like he blew it.
The divorce certificate that Connie signed here beforehand says here very clearly.
He was the lawyer for Connie's last divorce. That's how he got into it.
And then Connie right now is saying the same
Yeah.
thing. She's like, Michael, I need more lawyers.
I don't need more tough guys. I need more lawyers. Well, what else I think is funny about it is that he's basically like, if all this had gone according to plan and Merle had waited outside as he was told and Mikey had said all this, then at least Connie would have the like, okay, I gotta break. Mikey's right. I gotta break. Even if it's just like I just want access to the money, I have to break up with Merle. But like the fact that he's doing this in front of Merle, like, there's no way he knows that it's not. That
I know.
There's no way that Merle doesn't know that it's because Mikey said break up with him. Like,
Yeah.
it can't be like, oh, you know what? This has nothing to do with Michael. We're just not compatible. So like literally, like it's right now.
That'd be great. That's one of the deleted scenes out in the lobby. She breaks up with him. We just have different interests, Merle.
It's like, this doesn't have anything to do with Mikey, does it?
No, he's not my father.
Why? This is not what that travel agent said.
This whole time, Merle doesn't even know he's his brother. He thinks he's a travel agent. Wow, that really changes the perspective.
If you'll notice,
Merle's perspective. Wow, this is a tough travel agent.
If you'll notice, when Merle says, when Mikey says, "Oh, why don't you go see a travel agent?" Merle looks, he's like, "What?" He looks surprised because he thought this was a travel agency.
No wonder he asked Al for a drink, and he thought they were spending money.
I didn't know if this was a bar or a travel agency. That's why I said, "Give me a drink or something." I just wanted to find out what you guys are doing here. A cake?
Oh my gosh. And then Merle must have been really confused too when Mikey went into that tirade, like, you fly around the world, I'm a travel agent, you fly around the world with men who use you like whores.
I wonder if was Merle also do you think Merle was also like, wait a minute, what? Like,
he's like, wait a minute.
Use you like whores. What? Wait a minute. I thought you were like, does he know that Connie's in her wild years? Or does he just think Connie's like is Merle like, I finally get to settle down with a good woman who's like
a nice, quiet, traditional Italian woman.
She's going to be my spoiled Italian princess. That's what she's going to be when I get through with her.
Oh, she can break all the dishes she wants. I'll clean them up. I'll eat for her.
As long as she makes me a nice dinner. Oh, Merle, you don't know what you're getting into.
Oh, it's so funny to think back. Like, what would Sonny have done if Sonny were the Don and Merle were...
He definitely would have bit his hand in I can't believe how mad I am. I have ecophagia or whatever it was.
Yeah. Oh, Sonny, it was my fault. I wanted to go on the Queen. He wanted to take he wanted to go standby to save us money.
Well, I was going to say the other what ifs. You know what? That's a recurring feature we haven't been doing. Is the what ifs. I have two now. For one of them would be, what if Mikey had not intervened? What if Mikey had just said, "All right, you want to book a passage on the Queen? Al, could you cut him a check for $10,000?" And then they just left. Would Merle?
Well, don't they go anyway?
They do. Well, we kind of no. We
you don't see what happens. Eventually, Connie comes around,
right? But we don't know if she did marry Merle or not.
Well, I'm assuming because she holds his hand and they're at dinner later in the scene that she's not listening to Mikey.
Oh,
whether he provides the funds or not, she's still rebelling.
But she sits there and hears him out, so I think she's still kind of on the fence about it.
Yeah.
Where she's enough of a pragmatist to know, like, is Merle really worth losing access to this money?
Yeah, she knows life can be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, my question is going to be, what if they had stayed with Merle? Would Merle have? So, if that is true, who bailed? Did Merle bail or did Connie bail?
If what's true,
if they did indeed get married, who is this the last? Maybe do we see Merle one more time at the family dinner? But so this is pretty much the finale of Merle. Do you think that he broke up with her, or did she break up with him?
I think she probably broke up with him,
but
because he has much more to gain from the relationship. Although maybe the writing's on the wall. Maybe he says, "Oh, this is going to be a fight the whole time. It's not worth it."
Right.
Like, this travel agent is really hard to work with.
He has a cancellation fee. If you cancel this thing, he gets half of your money.
Oh, man.
He gets half of your money.
That's the conversation in the lobby, Merle. I love the idea that Merle's this really nice guy and he's just being portrayed in this dark light. He's the more sensible one.
Right, yeah.
He's like what Carlos should have been.
Yeah.
But the conversation in the lobby is really like, Connie, I love you.
Yeah.
We should get a different travel agent.
Well, the other thing,
I didn't like the way he was talking about my future stepson, Victor. He's a fine boy. Yeah, he's had some problems defending Victor's petty theft.
And the ink they use these days, it's so thick it takes forever to dry. There's nothing to be ashamed of in that.
That happens to everyone. It's a lawyer trick.
Then they just charge you for more forms. It's an oldest trick in the book.
And you need to get a form 1020B to annul that form. Trust me, we need more lawyers, Connie.
In a weird way, also Merle strikes me as like Kay. He's like this waspy outsider who's coming into this Italian family, and so I wonder if that's some kind of like. Is there some racism involved where Al Pacino is being more against him because he's a white guy as opposed to an Italian guy. Mm-hmm. But again, in all these situations, I can't help but think that Mikey would have had Al or somebody check him out.
Yeah.
Lampone.
Yeah, somebody
check him out. So he probably knows the score. And I think he does know. I think he does know the score because Mikey says he'll understand. Believe me.
Believe me. Yeah, he'll understand. Believe me. And he even looks over at him or motions toward him.
I love that because it's like, again, he's talking about him as if he wasn't there, and he apparently cares so little for you that even if you just say, "Listen, we can't get married," he'll be like, "Okay." Like, I don't want to wind up sleeping with the fishes.
Yeah.
You know that. So he'll understand. Believe me.
Yeah. But Mikey, why would he understand? I'll make him an offer for a deal I got on a plane that he can't refuse. It's a whole travel package. Right to the bottom of the sea. See, it's a
Lake Tahoe. You got it right there.
Yeah. We got a great accommodations package.
I got good news for you, Merle. You're only 50 feet from where you're going to be. You're going to spend the rest of not your life, but you know.
Well, no, the price you can't beat. You pay for one night, you never have to check out. We're back to the broken jaw, Mikey.
Yeah. Hoo-ha. Oh yeah, it has to be more of the hoo-ha, Mikey.
Tell him you won't get married and you don't want to see him again. Believe me, he'll understand. Hoo-ha.
He'll understand. Believe me. Hoo-ha.
So what would you do if you were Connie, Alex?
In what situation?
This whole thing. Your brother, your kid brothers.
I'd book passage on the Queen.
Really? And get cut off from the family?
Well, hold on. Let's not get hasty.
Okay.
We have to assume Mikey has total control. So, like, if Connie went to Mama,
mm-hmm.
Mama does not seem like she'd be especially sympathetic. If she's like, "Mama, tell him I need passage on the Queen," like.
She'd say, first you go and say hello to your children, then you bail out Victor.
First you take a train to California, then you get on the book passage on the Queen.
Then you come to Reno and bail your oldest son, Victor, who was picked up for a petty theft. And then you fly around the world with men who use you like horse. He repeats the whole story. Actually, Mikey learned it from Mama. Mikey learned all that from Mama. She went in and she said, Mikey, she's flying around the world with men who use her like horse. Dink's not even drawing on her divorce. I know, Mama. I'll talk to her.
Mama keeps the divorce papers handy because she always keeps. That's how you know. Once the ink is dry, then you are free to remarry. Until then, you get the.
But Mama keeps it in a very humid room. She doesn't want that ink to dry.
She's always signing like over it so that the ink is still like always a fresh layer of ink. There should be like those birthday candles that never go out. There should be an equivalent of like undrying ink. I don't know what purpose
when
it
would
could
that
be
funny?
For. I mean, it would be annoying, which I guess like those birthday candles are.
Well, there was disappearing ink, wasn't there? Wasn't that a joke from in the backs of comics?
Maybe. Yeah, there's invisible ink when you take the lemon juice.
Then maybe that's what I'm thinking about, invisible ink.
But I thought there was ink that rinse and then disappears, and then you could put ink, olive oil. I'm totally in the Godfather zone. You put olive oil on it.
Jenko.
Yeah.
Like, we were smuggling disappearing ink out of Canada in the trucks owned by your father.
The disappearing ink on your divorce papers isn't even dry.
The ink on your divorce papers hasn't even disappeared yet. My joke hasn't even come to me.
Like, you didn't even sign your divorce papers? She's like, I did sign them.
Prove it. I told him either his brains are going to be on that contract or his signature, unless Colenso used that dumb disappearing ink again, in which case we'd have to use his brains to sign the contract, but in which case we wouldn't need a contract because it would be void because he wouldn't be alive anymore.
It would void the contract. These would be funny papers. They wouldn't be good for it.
Funny papers. What else he got?
He'll understand, believe me. Mm-hmm. And then there's the awkward whole hand holding between. See,
that was symbolic, by the way. the Atlantic, the Queen passing over the ocean between them.
Oh, so you think it's like coast to coast?
Yes.
They're reaching.
Yeah, well, yeah, like New York to London.
Coast to coast.
Yeah, because they're reaching over that gap. And Mikey, you noticed, was standing right in the middle.
Yeah. So you assume that she goes on the trip with Merle and everything.
I don't know. I haven't really thought it through. I just know that Merle is not kicked out from the party, and he says you never tell him you never want to see him again.
Right.
And so, but you see him. He stays at the party, so I'm assuming she stays defiant and continues. I don't know if she goes as far as booking passage on the Queen, because you're right. For that, she needs money.
And a travel agent.
Yes, travel agent.
Because I'm just thinking
so
this awkward scene where they're holding hands.
Yeah.
It seems like a defiant gesture on Connie's part.
Yeah, definitely.
But a gesture. Like, she doesn't get up and storm out or say, we're in love, we're never going to be apart, or get up and kiss each other or anything like that.
Well, you
it's
know
almost
why
like
she doesn't get up and leave right away?
Why?
Because she needs money.
Oh, see, that would be true if her father is still alive. It seems like the least defiant way that they can. It's almost like she's putting up like and the
she's
fact
saving face.
Yes,
is what
exactly.
she's doing.
Face, as they say. And the fact that he stays at the party, like, she's at least trying to make it look like like she'll break up with him tomorrow, but like, so I didn't break up with him just because I was gonna break up with him, and I'm sure Mike didn't care. He'd be like, whatever. As long as you're not being taken advantage of by some dupe.
It's just so great that he says that in front of Merle.
Yeah. Well, here's a question. Here's my other what if for you. What if Merle had stood up to Mikey?
Whoa.
What if Merle had said, listen, you got the wrong idea about me. See, I ain't no gold digger. I love your sister. I love your sister more than anything. You know what I mean?
Wow.
What if he had made a play? The fact that he does it is more like, it seems makes him even wimpier and kind of like Connie's fighting his whatever meager battle there is. Connie's the one fighting it. Merle is just kind of sitting there.
You know what? I think in life, this is a generalization. More often than not, you'll be respect for standing up for yourself and advocating for yourself, even if the person disagrees with you.
But do you think?
I mean, I wouldn't say like, listen, you travel agent. You're nothing but a two-bit travel agent flying from here to there, flying your sister around with men who use her like horse. You see? Now, you know what? I'm turning the tables on you, Mr. Travel Agent. I don't want you to ever see your sister again. And you're going to book us 2 first-class passage tickets on the Queen.
They can't refuse.
Oh, right.
I do anything for my sister's husband's godfather. So
one more thing. Back in the lobby, later in the lobby, I think Merle talks to Connie and says, you know, that travel agent, his skills are weak. His deals and his skills are weak.
And she's like, what's the matter with you?
What's the matter with you? You look terrible. You look terrible.
So you think in Merle's situation where he's like, people he hears the little devil, little angel on the shoulders of Andy Robinson saying, people respect it when you stand up for yourself. Say something to the head of the mafia crime family. Stand up to him. You know what I mean? Like,
that's right. I mean, I think you can do it respectfully.
Yeah.
I think Merle, if I were Merle, I'd stand up. Or go ahead, let's role play it, Alex. You be Mikey.
What can I do for you, Mr. Hoo-Ha?
No. It's already been through this like nastiness.
Okay,
give Mikey's last line to
Connie. In that case, he'll understand. Believe me. Hoo-Ha!
Oh man, that makes it more intimidating.
He looks right at him. Hoo-Ha! Right out!
And Al's right behind him, going like, "Yeah," mouthing like, "Yeah, hoo-ha." What you gonna do, hoo-ha?
I ain't no hoo-ha. I heard that story. I ain't no hoo-ha.
I heard that hoo-ha. Excuse me, Mr. Corleone. It's clear that you don't have an accurate sense of who I am as a person and about my character.
I don't have an accurate sense.
My name is I don't know what my name is because I'm using my actor's name, which was originally changed to my character's name.
I've changed my name so many times, I can't even remember my real name.
But that should not besmirch my record. I'm a hardworking American. I love your sister. I love her like she was my own sister. All we're I mean, I love my sister. Like,
I've seen your sister. She's very attractive. Hoo-ah!
Another hoo-ha. Oh, no. All we're asking is for some financial support so we can go and get to know each other better. And you know what? We'll go on that trip,
right,
and then we'll see if it's appropriate for us to get married. We want to respect the amount of time for that ink to dry. Well, what do you say, Mr. Corleone?
Well, I say this: you sound exactly like my my niece and her fiance who came in here. They asked me my permission to get married in the deleted scene, and it is a lot like what you're talking about. He's like a lot of respect for you.
That's
know,
the
he's
right
like,
thing.
Yeah. So,
but you're still standing up for yourself. You're not just letting him,
not just having your wife fight your battles for you.
Yeah,
right. Your soon to be wife.
Yeah. If he still disagreed, I would say, you can't do that anyway because Mr. Corleone, you're not her brother. I mean, you're not her father.
Why did she come to me?
Because I heard you were the best travel agent in this compound.
This is true.
By the way, toward the end of this episode, in our cleaning up section,
past the paywall, you mean?
Yeah, we usually do the clean it up at the end. I've been practicing. I'm so embarrassed to say this. I've been practicing my Zaza, how to say it, and I came up with a new way to say it.
Whoa, there's a hot little teaser for everyone.
Hot little teaser. That was like a question. Zaza? Who else you got, Alex?
Well, he ends the thing by saying, if you don't listen to me and marry this man, like he's not there, I'll be disappointed.
Yeah.
And so is that one of those situations like where with like a parent where you're like, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
So I think she knows what that means. He doesn't have to say
that she'll be whacked. That she'll be whacked. How much do you have to disappoint Mikey in order to get whacked?
Remember, it's kind of like the Geary Mikey conversation where you were saying Michael came out stronger because he said less and didn't have to make threats, where Geary was really like articulating the threats.
He was very aggressive.
He was very aggressive,
and strong, double crossing, no good, swindler.
Yeah, whereas here, Mike is just saying, I'll be disappointed.
It's very...
But in other words, I will be mad, I won't approve, and you're in for a ton of trouble.
You don't want to be the garbage pail kid, disappointed Don.
Disappointed Don, yeah! And what would the picture be?
It would be, I don't know.
Oh, would it be Mikey at a desk all frazzled on the phone and with papers because he's an overworked travel agent?
The pandemic shut everything down, so he's a disappointed Don.
Maybe you do show Connie and Merle getting married in the corner, and then it's Mikey all disappointed.
Right, and he's all covered in like poop.
No, he's disappointed because he didn't make it to the honey bucket. He pooped his pants.
Oh, there you go. That's so if you're looking at his own pants, hoo-ha. Hoo-ha. Yeah, and so then
it transitions to the party.
Do you have anything else about Merle and the gang?
No, I think it's a great scene, and just like I said, Merle sticks around, so there's a little bit of a clue, Mike.
Merle sticks around.
Yeah, so
it's a sequel to the Godfather 3. Merle sticks around.
Merle sticks around. That's a spin-off.
Oh, you think so? A spin-off?
Yeah, it wouldn't be the next movie, and it would be a sitcom.
Mm-hmm. Oh, totally.
Merle sticks around. And the whole season is him trying to just get passage on the Queen, to get Mikey to accept him.
To get
Not even to get married, just to get passage on the Queen.
But even that meager, well, that would be like season 1.
Yeah.
And then as it went on, he'd have a different goal each. You got to keep.
And then at the end of season 6, it's building up where he becomes the Don.
Oh. Later on, they're like, it'd be true if Merle was still alive.
Oh my god!
And, referring to him as if, sure, I'd do anything for my Merle.
It turns out Merle gets very close to Fredo because they're both outsiders. And then when Mikey has Fredo killed, spoiler alert, Merle, it's like, I pledge an oath today that I will avenge. He's saying this into the water. Fredo's floating under the water, all wrinkled. He's like, Fredo, you can hear me. I've pledged to avenge your death.
Hail Merle. I wish he stuck around.
Yeah.
Or if you find out, like in GF3, like when they shoot, spoiler alert, when they kill Mary Corleone, it should have been Merle there holding the gun. Like he was the gunman who was like, he was working for the other crime families.
Whoa. And Mikey looks at him, and Merle says to Mikey, "You took my queen, I took yours."
Hoo-ha. That's what he says.
No, that's on his t-shirt. It says hoo-ha.
He pulls up
opens his shirt
to reveal it. All right, whoa, what's that? Looks like we've hit the paywall.
Oh, darn.
So if you want to hear the rest of the episode, go to godfatherminute.com/support, and you'll hear us talk more about Merle. Andy will reveal his new way of saying Joey Zaza, and we rate the episode and a lot more.
Yeah, a lot of like standing bonus content, too. Talk a bit about the musical. Alex and I try to develop a business plan to develop the musical. Maybe you can help out.
What could be more exciting than listening to us work out a business plan?
We need more lawyers, not tough guys.
So wait, do we need? Let me ask you a question. Do we need more lawyers?
No.